Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Thank you as always for being here. In this video, I want to talk about a topic of, let's say you have a chunk of money that either you've saved or that you've inherited, or you just got a chunk of money and you're wondering, should I use this money to pay off debt that I own, or should I start investing? And so before you even think about investing or anything, I recommend that you already have some savings. Same thing with debt, you should be paying that off but also be saving. But if you're in the fortunate situation where you do have this money, you have your rainy day fund, you've been saving, and you're wondering, should I invest or should I pay off my debt? This is the video for you. So let's just get straight into it. So whether you should be investing this money or using it to pay off debt is going to vary based on your situation, and I'm going to paint it out for you. So depending on the type of loan that you have, your decision is going to be different. All right, so for example, the stock market, just by investing in the S&P 500 and index fund over the years, the return has on average been about 6 to 10% per year, averaged out, including all of the greatest bull markets and bear markets. So just an estimate, we're gonna put it on the low end of 6%. So that's gonna be our benchmark. We're gonna estimate that investing in the stock market, if you just put it in a market matching index fund, will give us a return of 6% yearly. Obviously, if you do stock picking, you could either lose a lot or win a lot, but we're going to go by the benchmark of 6%. It's 6 to 10, but we're going to be conservative at 6, and we're going to use that benchmark. So then you're going to ask yourself, what type of loan do I have? If you have something like a mortgage or a student loan, you probably want to take that money and invest it, and here's why. For a mortgage loan, the interest rate, especially now, they're really low. They're like 2-ish%. But let's say, you got it at a slightly higher rate, 3%, 4%. That's still lower than the return that you would get from the stock market benchmark at what we would put at 6%. Same thing for student loans. The average percent that I've seen is around 2 to 4%, sometimes 5%, sometimes 6%, just depending on how good of a student loan rate you got. But it's typically like 2 to 4%, which is still lower than the benchmark of 6% that the stock market is going to return. And so what that means is it's better for you to take that money, let's say $1,000 that you have, and invest it in the stock market instead of paying down the loan. Because if you think about it, you're going to be putting it into the stock market at a 6% rate that you're going to compound versus paying off, debt that you only pay, let's estimate 4% on every year. So there's a 2% difference. Paying off the loan, you're going to pay an extra 4% per year, but in the stock, if you put that same money in the stock market, you are going to be earning 6% per year. So you're going to be making a profit of 2% by putting it into the stock market versus putting it towards paying down your loan. So if the interest rate on your loan is lower than the benchmark of what the average index fund matching the market is going to give you, I recommend putting it into the stock market because you can earn more by getting your money to work for you. On the flip side of that, let's say you have a different type of debt, credit card debt, which is not so good debt, and if you haven't checked it out, I have some videos here about how you can increase your credit score if you need that help. But if you do have credit card debt, that interest rate is horrifying. It could go from like 16%, 30, up to 30-something%. So those interest rates are really high, and that's where the compounding is going to work against you. And so in this case, I highly recommend you first pay off your credit card debt first, because that, let's just estimate at 20%, that 20% is going to compound much faster than what you can earn in the stock market at just 6%. So for example, if you put it into the stock market, yeah, you're earning 6% every year, but by not paying off your credit card debt, which is at 20%, let's take away the 6% discount, you are paying 14% more for the interest on that credit card debt. And so you want to pay that off first, because that debt is going to compound against you faster than what the stock market can compound for you. And so how you should think about this is, if your interest rate for the loan is lower than what the stock market can give you at the average return, I would suggest putting it into the stock market. If the interest rate for your loan is higher than what the average stock market returns every year, I would recommend paying off that debt first and then investing what excess you have into the stock market. So paying off debt should always be a first concern, but if it's a low interest rate like a mortgage, 2%, you're going to be making more by putting it into the stock market and slowly paying it off instead of, trying to speed it up and missing out on the extra returns you could have gotten from the stock market. So this is if you have debt. If you don't have debt, even better, congrats to you. Try to stay out of it. But hopefully this video was helpful for you in making that decision. Should I pay debt or should I try to get my money to work for me sooner? This should help you make that decision. If this was helpful, please leave a like, comment below. If you have any other questions, suggestions, you don't agree with me, leave a comment. I still ask you like this video. If you really want to dislike it, go ahead. And if you want, please subscribe. But thank you again for watching. Thank you for your time. And I hope you have a, what should I say? Amazing day? Yeah, I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.